Hi everyone, welcome back to Plum Mashable. So for this week I am doing an Easter theme, so I can't wait to jump into this week, so let's hop to it. Alright, so before we actually get into the planning part of it, I'm going to do my flipper. So I'm going to do something a little bit different. So I'm grabbing just a piece of cardboard. Actually, it's not that different, you guys have seen it before. I'm grabbing a piece of cardboard and then I'm grabbing this is a rabbit, duh. But it's a napkin, and if you remember back, I don't even know how long ago now, one of my Planner Babe boxes came with a napkin that I used this same technique with. So what you do first of all, I'm going to just cut one of the squares. I'm doing it reasonably roughly because I'm going to cut around it anyway, so it doesn't need to be completely perfect. I'm just trying to decide if I'm going to put something on the other side so I can cut it all at once instead of sort of not. So what I'm going to do is take off this bit, and then we're going to stick this down and then cut around it, which will then be my flipper, and it'll flip out this way. So like I said, just trying to decide if I want to put something else on the other side. I don't know yet. So first of all, I need to put this side down. So while I'm thinking about it, so I'm just grabbing a glue stick. I'm just getting a normal glue stick for this. I find this works just fine. You can use Mod Podge or something else. Something that Denise from Luscious Labels, so actually it was Denise that gave me this gorgeous napkin, said that you can do, which I could do, but I don't want to do it in my planner, is you can put like the back here, you can sort of stick it underneath, make this wet and gluey, and so it gives this some dimension. It would be actually really cool for a card, so let me know if you'd be interested in seeing that. Might not be able to do it with the rabbit, but I'm sure I could find a way to do it with another kind of napkin. So I'm just gluing the crap out of this. Probably completely in the wrong spot, but that's okay. Whoops. I'm going to stick this down. Now you've obviously got to be a bit careful with this because it's not going to come up if you stick it down with too many wrinkles like I just did. Probably going to damage the napkin if you try and be too sort of forceful with it, so I'm trying to be gentle. A few wrinkles are okay, it doesn't matter if it's not completely flat. There we go, that's not too bad. So we've got our rabbit down, and then like I said, I'm just going to cut it out. So I'm going to start off with just cutting out the square shape because I do want to decide if I want to put something on the back. I think I do, because I think it'll be too boring just having it as a white piece of paper. So I'm just cutting this out first. And then I think I'll get a piece of paper. So we're going with this sort of pastel-y kind of theme. So I'm thinking, what have I got that's pastel? So I'm just grabbing this inspiration book in first. I don't want to use my new one yet. I'll use that later. But I do want to find just a pale kind of piece of paper. I don't think any of these are going to work. That one might. I'm just looking at the colours that are in this sort of kit that I'm going to be using from Beehaven and just trying to match them. Not completely match them, but just a little bit. Maybe a pink. Do we have a pink? I don't think we do. That green is close, but I don't want to... that pink maybe. Yeah, we'll go with that pink. I'm just going to pull out this piece of pattern paper. And then I can just stick that on the back. So I'm just going to use glue again. You can use glue tape if you want, but considering I've got the glue stick out and all, you might as well just use it. But just make sure you do cover this whole thing in glue, and that's because we're going to cut it out, so you don't want it to be sort of only glued around the edges. But something I hate with glue sticks, and the reason I generally don't use them, is because they do get that lumpy kind of thing, and I hate it. It makes me grumpy. Okay, so then we're just going to roll this over. Roll it over, turn it over, you know what I mean. And just stick that down. I'm just going to cut the excess so that then I can cut around the shape itself. There you go. So that's going to be the back. So I'm just going to cut around the rabbit. So I want to keep his hands for now. This is going to be a little bit wider than my page, so I will need to work that out at some point, like where I cut him off. But just for now, I'm going to keep all of the hands and stuff. So I'm just going to go ahead and do that. You just have to be a little bit, I'm going to keep a bit of an edge around it. Just obviously need to be a little bit careful when you're cutting because this is a napkin, so it doesn't have the same kind of forgiveness, I guess, as a bit of paper. So just make sure you're careful with it, but it actually cuts rather nicely. And I'm just leaving just a little bit of an edge all around our rabbit. I'm at the bottom here, just it hasn't stuck down particularly nicely, and I want to cut this anyway so that it's a real straight line. So I'm just grabbing my paper trimmer. I'm just going to go just under the rabbit's like fingers, I guess that's what we call them. And that sort of has got rid of the bit that didn't stick down very well. If there is still a bit that isn't stuck down, which there is, going to grab a little bit of glue. So this is just multimedia glue. It is multimedia. And then just a paintbrush. And I'm just going to get in underneath here. I'm actually just going to grab a bit of paper to protect my desk. And then just push that down. There we go. Just anywhere else I feel like it needs it, I'm just going to do the same thing. The corners are generally your bad bits. Damn, I thought I'd done so well with that too. Okay. So once all your edges are down, and I have still got a little bit of damage, I guess, to this one, I'm just trying to decide what to do with the ear. I think I want to leave it sort of not gone all the way down, because I feel like that's going to really, number one, cut out the amount of room I have to write, but just look a bit silly. But I'm just going to fix it a little because it didn't quite look right. There we go. All right, so that's our rabbit, and I want him to sit just here. Okay, I'm going to come up, so I'm just going to, after I fix that glue, I'm now going to cut it off. I want it to look like he's kind of popping up, which it just didn't quite that way, so just fix it up. There we go. That's better. So he's going to sit just here, so he's kind of sitting over that line, and then he'll flip out this way, and we'll use a little bit of washi tape to stick him down. All right. So we're going to do that first. So I just need to put him where I want him. Just like that. And I think the easiest way to do this is going to be to actually stick it down and then stick it down. So I'm going to be very careful when I do this because I don't want to damage the napkin. It's just enough to hold it down. And then when I flip it out, I'll be able to kind of put that, there we go, like that. And then I can stick this down. So to stick it, so I'm going to be using really skinny washi to sort of decorate the other bits of the page. So I think for this bit, I don't think the thin washi is going to be sort of suitable unless I sort of went onto the edge and then had like a tearing thing. Okay, so I'm going to put the green one just underneath, or just actually on top of the line. I want the purple one to sit just a little bit on top of, maybe, I don't know yet. I'm gonna have it just sitting just on top of, so they're sort of layering a little. The blue is gonna sit completely below the green, so it doesn't cover it up at all. And I'm using the sort of the edge as a torn thing as a bit of a feature, I guess you'd say. Blue doesn't like me. And I will put the pink down. I'm going to put that at the top. Now this has got, not damage, it's got no damage, but it's just the way the washi tape is, it's sort of got a funny edge to it. It's always looked a little bit different. So I'm just sort of using it as a feature, I guess, and just having it over the purple just a little bit. Okay, so then when I fold that back up again, very gently, and I heard it. Okay, it has damage just a little, but not lots, so it should be okay. So that way you can kind of still see the washi underneath. The rabbit sits there like that. He does flip out. It's a little bit not solid, like it's not, I haven't stuck because there's only such a small thing there. It does feel a little flimsy, but it's enough. Like it's just enough to kind of hold it in place. And then as it sort of, as the week goes on, I'm hoping it'll sort of stick a bit better. I will put a clip on this in a minute while I kind of do stuff just to let it get its grip. So I'm just cutting this with scissors just to cut off the excess of the rabbit. And I am going to have to put a hole or two in him because it's going to sit over the rings. I'm going to do that now. I'm just going to grab a clip now actually. To get one off my board which is in front of me. So I'm just going to clip that down now so that way he's holding still while I do this. Okay, so we've got our little rabbit. I wish I had to put that over a little bit further, but that's all right. It still looks okay, and it'll flatten out as we go along. So obviously we've got that washi tape on that side, so I'm going to replicate that on this side. Or am I? I don't know. Yeah, I think I will, because otherwise it's going to look funny. So I'm going to replicate that on the other side, and then we can start putting some of these stickers down. Actually, I've just had a thought. So instead of putting that down the bottom on this one, I'm going to put it at the top. So just because the top's got a bit more anyway, but I might be able to cover the bottom up with, instead of having washi, actually have stickers to sort of cover that bit up. So the first thing I want to do before I put that down is I want to white out the April. I don't want that showing through. I do want this to sit as best I can as one bit of paper. I'm just going to put that washi that I used on the thing down here just to sort of hold that together. Because I'm a little nervous about it, I'm actually going to cheat. I'm going to cheat. I'm just going to get my board in, my cutting mat, sorry. I'm actually going to do this with a knife. It's just, it seems easier. Oh, I actually like that. And I think as I get the stickers in here, it'll actually end up looking a bit better. I haven't decided yet what to do with the bottom. I'll get to that. All right, let's put some stickers down, shall we? So I'm going to put the boxes in first. So the kit that I'm using is the TN kit from Beehaven. So rather than using a full kit, Mel sent me this smaller kit. So all the colors have sort of come from here anyway. So it should all sort of sort itself out. So I'm going to start off with, so there's just not as many boxes in here basically. So the idea is that I still get a kit of stickers, but I don't have perhaps so many left over. That's why Mel thought maybe I'd like using these. So as always with Beehaven stickers, remember they are super, super, super sticky. They are going to stick the second you put them down. So make sure that they are in the right spot when you put them down. I'm going to move the days around a little bit because I want to, especially with a week like this one. It's sort of easy to do. So I'm going to have Monday up there, Tuesday's going to stay. I also don't have as many boxes, so I can't have one on every day, but I can have them sort of in random places. So Wednesday's going to go sort of down here. I'm just putting them on top of the line, so they are going to be slightly above on the one above, which is fine. no problem with that. And then we've got some sort of little 1/4 and 1/2 boxes, so I'm going to use them as well. I'm going to use them to sort of cover up some of these other bits that I usually would cover up. And I'll use a little 1/4-y tracky style one down here. There we go. That covers, not covers, but sort of makes that look like one big box. Go. I'm just being really gentle with that and just giving it a bit of a rub every time just to help with the adhesion a little bit. And this big bunny, I think he's so cute. I am going to use him in another spot along the way, so because I've got some die cuts with this one as well. So I don't want to put him anywhere that the die cut sort of, oh, I guess he's going to be seeing it so at the same time anyway, so it won't make any difference. I'm going to put this bunnies, bugs, birds and blooms. I'm going to have that down the bottom here in the middle, but this is where I need to decide if I want to put any washi down. And I think I do. I think I want to replicate this side. Maybe I just do a 1/2. So I sort of have it so it's going in behind the sticker, and then I can put something else on this side. So I'm going to try that because I haven't done that before. So I'm going to get the green. So I'm just stopping that about halfway because I reckon that's where I'll put, oh, it needs to come over a little bit further. So I'll put the sticker down so that the washi kind of disappears behind the sticker. I'm just trying to make sure it sits sort of mildly in the same spot as the green on the other side, and then put the blue underneath. So I'm actually going to leave that sort of stuck there just a little. Alright, so that's all stuck down. So before I put, yeah, that's the only downside, the blue might have to go the whole way along. So the green doesn't, because the green I can hide below, but the blue might have to go the whole way. Actually, that'll look kind of cool. So then we'll put that there. I'm just going to lower it just a tinsy bit so it does sit right on that blue. There we go. I just need to cut off all the excess bits. So these two will come apart. I didn't push that very hard, so it should pull up reasonably easily, which it did. And then I can put one of those die cut stickers or something on that side. Okay. I do still have some boxes. I didn't think I'd still have some left. Wow. I might put some more boxes down afterwards, but I'm going to start putting in the days of the week because I've got to keep moving along here. So I've got all of my, well, not all of, but I've got a bunch of Beehaven stickers in here. So I'm going to use these green ones. They are a slightly different shade of green than the ones that I've used sort of all over the place, but I think they'll still look okay. I could just use normal sort of stickers. No, actually, changed my mind. I do that a lot. So rather than using those ones, I'm going to get these ones. So still Beehaven ones, but just slightly, wait a minute, date covers, yeah, that's where I want to be. Thought I'd lost them for a second there. Just because I've already got very cursive-y kind of writing with the Easter Saturday ones, I kind of want to continue that. So I'm going to use these ones instead. So we're just going to start putting these down. I've also got some date dots. These ones are also Beehaven ones. I'm going to use those ones to sort of put the dates back in as well. And anywhere that it kind of doesn't cover up completely, I'm just going to put a little bit of tape down. Oh, sorry, a little bit of correction tape. You're still going to be able to see through it a little bit, I think, but I think it'll look better than not. Yeah, that's good. Not doing it, you would have been able to see, whereas this way you can't, so it makes it a little bit better. dokie. So all the dates are in. I don't like the way that sad day's sitting, but I'm going to deal with it. Why is that stuck? Oh, that's why. Washi tape behind it. So I'm just going to put in April just over on the left. I just want that to sit up here. Ooh, that looks cool. Alright, let's get some of these other stickers in here. Just because I want to try and use as many of these as I can. So I'm going to make this, Tuesday kind of needs some love. So I'm going to put some of these in here. I'm just making sure I put an even kind of coverage of colours. Because I don't want one side to have too much pink and then the other side not to have enough blue, etc, etc. So I'm going to put this one over this side and have it sitting, no, it's staying there now. I was just going to see what it looked like, but it's hidden anyway, like it's just hidden underneath the rabbit, so it won't, that'll look fine. And then I'm just going to put what colours have I got on this side? I need some more green, I think. I'm going to put one of these little checklists with, we'll go with to do. It's not really going to be a to-do list, but still good to have. There we go. I don't like that there's a gap. Anyway, it can stay. And then I'm going to put another to-do list, which isn't going to be a to-do list, it's going to be an expected mail list. So I'm going to use the pink. I'm going to use purple. So come down here. I'm actually going to put two of these. I'm going to put them together. I'm going to put that right up against that one. I'm kind of going to ignore the line and just keep going. And I'm just going to leave that blank. I might fill it up with something afterwards. Alright, so the only other things... Oh, that's what I should have done. Alright, I was trying to avoid doing this, but I am going to do it. Now, something I've learnt, this kind of transfers when I'm using my undo, so I'm just going to make sure I pull that out of the way first. And just get a piece of scrap paper, which I always have plenty of. Damn, I was trying really hard not to have to use this. Just going to pull that bit up. They come up so beautifully with that undo stuff. They really do. You'd never even know. I'm just going to use my heating tool to kind of speed this up. Alright, so we'll put that, we'll line those up and come up instead, because I have something cool to go at the top there. The good thing is it didn't do any damage whatsoever to the washi tape. I was a little worried. And I'm actually going to stick that over the top of just one of those. So there's just there's 5 instead of 6. And that's because I want to leave room for this. So I've been storing these since the last, or since my first Melbourne Planner Markets was when I got these ones. So these are Game of Thrones stickers. These are by Aussie Designz, who I'm pretty sure has actually closed down in the meantime. But I have been seriously sitting on these because I wanted to use them every week the new season of Game of Thrones started, and it's been that long. And I want it to take pride of place, and so moving those down really made just the perfect amount of room for that. So woohoo! So I'm going to use those every single week in the next couple of weeks, so be ready to see those a lot. Oh, that looks so cool. Alright, so the last couple of things I just want to add in. So we've got our rabbit on this side. I have a mess, that's what I've got. That's curling up a little bit, but when it gets stuck in my planner, it'll sit nicely. So I also got with this kit, I got some like little die cut stickers, and I want to use them as well. So I have a rabbit, I have a bird in a cage, and I have a little chicken. I can't put the rabbit on this side because the rabbit's already on this side. I actually wanted to put something here just to kind of reinforce it a little bit. It's not sticking, it's just not sticking. That makes no sense, but it'll stick better as we go along. I'm going to put that one down there because that looks awesome. I don't think I've actually ever used these die cut stickers before. Oh, no, that came off easy. My worry was that that was going to be really hard to get off, but it wasn't. Okay, I think I'm going to leave it at that. I need to put my footy details in, so I'm going to do that really, really quick. So all the footy details are now in, and I'm going to leave it at that. I'm not going to add anything else in. I don't need, oh, hold on. I was going to say, do I need to put in a next week, a to-do or work? I don't know yet what days I'm working. Obviously, this is a rough weekend for most people because, oh well, I'm going to say most people don't work any of the public holidays. I have to work some of them. I don't know which ones yet. So I will leave it and I'll add those ones in later. I will have worked it out, I hope, by this time. But by today, hopefully I've worked out what days I'm working next week. We'll keep our fingers crossed. But that is my Easter week using Beehaven plus a very big rabbit napkin thing. I really like the rabbit. I think he kind of adds something to it. I need to be a little bit careful with him because he sort of doesn't flip out as nicely as I'd like. But generally speaking, I think that's really cool. I like the TN kit. I still didn't use all of it. I've still got plenty left over. I could use more. I could put more stickers in if I wanted to. But I think this looks actually really cool. I kind of... Oh! I didn't notice that that was the same sticker. I need to change that. One thing and then I'm done. I'll change it later. No, I won't. That one did a little bit more damage to the washi tape, but it's still okay. So I'm going to put the chicken down instead, and I'm actually going to move, I still want to use the other one, mainly because I don't want to waste it. So I'm going to put the chicken down in the corner, and I'll put the bird cage up in the other corner. Alright, now I'm done. Now I'm done. Let me know what you think of this one down below. Do you like the little TN kits? Do you think they kind of work, or do I need more? I don't like that bit. I don't like that it all ended up in one line, but that's really the only part that's kind of bugging me at the moment. That Game of Thrones sticker just looks awesome, so I love that there. I obviously still have some things to add in, but overall I think it's actually worked out really well. Don't forget to give it a thumbs up if you did enjoy it. Make sure that you are subscribed so you don't miss any of my further videos. I have another sort of kit week coming up for you next week, which I'm really excited about, so I can't wait for you to see that. Also got some awesome videos coming up for you in this week as well, so make sure that you are subscribed so you don't miss out on any of them. I hope you guys have an absolutely fantastic rest of your week, and I will see you again tomorrow. Sending lots of huggles. Bye!